Hi, I'm doing a quick live video because somebody asked how to get over somebody when you've broken up and there's no resolution and no completion and you feel stuck. The first thing that you can do is write them a letter, not post it, just for your own process. Is there somebody that you're stuck in or stuck, it becomes like sticky tar when you can't get over somebody and you think about them all the time and everything you see in the world reminds you of them and it triggers all your insecurities. So what you can do is write them a letter saying all that you're feeling inside. I'm sad that, I'm scared that, like I'm scared I'm never going to find anybody, or I'm scared that you're never going to talk to me again. Really give yourself time to process all the different feelings that are there. I'm angry that you don't respond to me. I'm angry that you left. I'm angry that we didn't learn to work well together. Whatever it is that's really making you angry, be really genuine with what you're feeling. I feel guilty. I feel guilty that I haven't got over you, or I feel guilty of the way that I treated you that made you sick to death of me. Whatever it might be, it's only that you're writing this for yourself. Thanks for the likes. They make me feel heard and make me feel like you get what I'm saying. Then carry on with your letter. I feel empty, like you're not around or not having somebody to wake up to. I resent that, or that you didn't care for me, or even the things that you resent in yourself that you're struggling with. And then share what you learned about yourself. I learned that there's still some things in my childhood I haven't got over. Excuse the little thing there, or not excuse, I'll just tell you about that. It was Mother's Day and my daughter put all these cute little things around, and that one says, "You're beautiful." So every day I wake up and there are these little notes all around the house saying you're courageous or you're beautiful, and that's something that you can do for yourself. When you have lost somebody's reflection of who you are, you feel lost in yourself, and you can put notes around for yourself reminding you of your own greatness. Because sometimes when we get lost in our own emotional turmoil, we forget our greatness and our goodness. So that's one thing that you can do, of really reminding yourself of who you truly are. Okay, back to this letter. Then also write about what you're taking away from the relationship. So what are the patterns you don't want to repeat? What are the gifts that were in the relationship? And what made you happy in it, that you want to continue into the next relationship? So maybe you can share in the comments what's happened in your relationship that really made you happy, that you want to take forward. Because I think that's really important, of being noticing the good that you want to continue, noticing the skills that you learned. And then when you've written the letter, you can either keep it for yourself for a few days so that you can add to it, because sometimes we might burn it too soon and then we feel this sense of regret that there were other things and you want to do another one. You might want to leave it overnight and see if there are other things, or that you dream about it and remember other things that you want to write down. Then the thing that I find the most healing for myself, there were two relationships that I really struggled to let go of. My friend said to me, "This is not a healthy relationship," but I couldn't let go. And my friends just would ask me, why do you still stay in touch with somebody who doesn't engage with you like you matter? And so for me, it was looking at, where does that sense that I don't matter come from? And really going into my childhood, to see what I needed to heal in myself that kept taking me back to that feeling that I didn't deserve anything more than that. And then when I could go back to that part of myself in my childhood, I could really look at it and love myself. So if you're in a relationship that you're fixated in, what is still there that has got you hooked and is keeping you there? If you look, what are the patterns that were recreated in your childhood? This really helped me. When I looked back in my childhood, I could see myself going up to my dad and saying hi, and him just being too busy to work, or too busy with work and not really noticing me. And so that's the sort of guy who I would get involved with, somebody who didn't notice me, who didn't care about what my needs were. So I had to go to myself and talk to my own inner child and say, you matter and you're important. And really notice what I was feeling in myself and give me the love that I always needed, that I didn't have. So I had to learn, for myself it was that I didn't matter. So I had to learn to treat myself like I matter. And part of that was making the choice to go no contact and just go, I'm not going to keep contacting somebody who is not interested in who I am. And that has made a big difference, because then I don't keep being met. Don't keep being met with that same feeling of I'm insignificant. Can you relate to this? Can you see how you have created relationships that repeat that same pattern that you had in childhood? I'm curious. Share below if that's something that you've experienced. Then the next thing you can do is imagine an energetic tie between the two of you that you just cut. And sometimes you can actually just feel, you can see it, you can imagine what it looks like. So soul to soul, see what tie there is between you. Really look at it like an umbilical cord or energetic pull. Where does it come? Is it more a sexual pull, or is it more a heart connection or a mental connection? Where is that energetic tie that's still holding you? And you can imagine scissors and just cut that between you. The fourth thing to do, the lady in our group, if you're not in our group and you want to be in our group, you're very welcome to come. Just put group in the comments and I'll send you the link for it. She said that she was having dreams, so she would start to get over her boyfriend, and then she'd have these dreams that would make her want to reconnect. You can do a process called active dreaming, where you enter the dreams and you engage with the parts of you, with him saying, hi, why are you here? Have you done that? Have you engaged in your dreams? I'm curious to hear if you have too. I do that even when I've woken up, and I stay in that state, that sort of dream state, and I engage with those parts of me that I've been dreaming about. Why are you here? Why are you hanging around? What love are you needing to heal? What do you want from me? Or how can I complete with you? You can ask these parts of yourself what they're doing and what they need, and how you can heal them so that you can move on. I said earlier going no contact. It's written, I said it before that it's written on my notes. But when you continually contact somebody who's broken up with you or who doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, and you're kind of wanting that, what they hear is, I'm needy, I'm desperate, and I need you to complete me. And when, I don't know if you've been around needy people, I at times have been very needy, and one guy said to me, when you do that, it just is so off-putting and it's so draining. And it really made me reflect and wake up to myself that I had to stop being needy, and I had to learn to meet my own needs, so that I felt complete in myself. So when we're wanting somebody else to complete us, we can ponder what is in ourselves that doesn't feel complete, that we need to love and heal in ourselves. And that really helped me to wake up to that needy part and really give myself what I needed so that I felt strong and courageous and brave and really at home in myself. So when I felt that sort of niggly naggy feeling in myself, I could ask, what is the love that I'm needing right now? And I could give that to myself. It really sped my healing up, seeing a therapist, because then I could really work things through quicker rather than get stuck and not even notice that I was stuck. In hiring a therapist, I could really, they could get me to follow things that I was avoiding that I didn't even realize. So that's an option too. The sixth thing is self-soothing. So when you're feeling that neediness, instead of making yourself wrong and making yourself bad about yourself, saying things like, every day in every way, I'm getting more complete. Or saying, this really hurts and it's going to get better. So there are two parts to the self-soothing. One part is empathy, and the other part is encouragement that things will get better. So the empathy is really noticing what you're feeling. A lot of people are not aware of what they're feeling. Do you notice that? Something's going on and you don't know what you're feeling, and it takes a while to get a sense of what you're feeling. Sorry, I'm holding my phone, so that's why it's shaking. If I get too excited, my whole body, the camera goes with my body. Do you know that feeling where you, like, something's up but you just don't know what it is? Part of empathy is really understanding something's happened, this is what I'm feeling, and really connecting and being in tune with it, like, hey, I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling lonely. And really being with that. Wow, I feel lonely. I feel cut off. And then encouraging yourself of, things are going to get better. Now that you're not in a relationship, your social circle's going to widen and you're going to get stronger. Can you relate to this when you're feeling so low that you just cut yourself off? And stay away from people, and then that can really increase your loneliness. So part of that for step 8 is hanging out with people that you love, who make you feel good about yourself. Because often when you've gone through a breakup, you feel so bad and so awful that you think there's something wrong with you, that you're damaged. And this is not true. It's just that you weren't a match. And so being around people that love you, and when they look at you, their eyes sparkle, so you know that they deeply care, reconnects that part of yourself to the goodness of who you are. And that's really essential to be around those people, because sometimes when we have gone through a breakup, we don't feel like anybody would want us, and we shy away from people. It is really important to be around people who you love. And if you don't have people right now that you feel do that, you need to start with yourself and start watching comedy that lights you up, makes you laugh, and makes you feel great about yourself. And finally, the biggest thing, I'm just checking that I haven't missed anything. No, the biggest thing is really recreating your dreams of who you are. There's a grief in breaking up with somebody because you have this vision of your life together, and suddenly that vision has died. And so there's a grief, and you go through the stages of grieving like you would somebody who in a death, because they're not going to be part of your life anymore, and the dream has died. And when there's no dream of, things that you were going to do together, how you were going to love, how you were going to create, how you were going to have kids, the lifestyle you were going to have, that's all gone. That's intense. It takes a lot of loving kindness to face that grief and really be with yourself through it. And then when you faced that grief and said, I really acknowledge that dream is dead. That's not happening anymore. We're never going to get back together. What's really important is you create a new dream, a vision of your life that is inspiring, invigorating, that really celebrates you and your gifts and your talents, really brings you to life so that you have something to live for. Because if you're just living in the grieving of the old dream, there's nothing to wake up to. And you're somebody who's special, somebody who's beautiful and talented in different ways, and you really deserve to have an amazing, beautiful life. So think about the different parts of your life that need some work, some life force to it. And what helps is having a look at, how would I really love this to be? What would spark joy and fill me with delight? And then see what are the steps that you need to take to get there. Could be that you want to write a book about it. Great, buy a book on writing a book. It could be that you want to paint. Do it. Go and buy some paints. It could be that you want to travel the world. Start looking. See what really invigorates you. In a relationship, you might have been left now with kids and having to deal with the person that you are no longer with. You can use this time. This is what I've done. I'm not saying it's right. It's just what worked for me is that I wanted to get requalified. So while I have felt like I can't travel or I can't do things that I might love to do, I've focused on my studies. So I've got a master's, I've trained in different types of coaching, I've trained in different types of therapy, so that I've really improved my toolkit of what I can do in the world, so that I feel I've grown my self-esteem, I've grown my confidence, I've done healing work on myself, so that I feel better about myself as a human being. I hope this helps you. And I'm curious to hear what dreams that have died inside of you, that are really wanting some love and attention, so that instead of focusing on the other person and what you've lost, you can really wake up to the gift that you are, and you can feel complete in who you are becoming, so that you are living a life that you love, because you're worthy of so much goodness and so much love. So, thanks for coming to watch, and I'll see you in the group. If you're not there and you want to be, write group below. Loads of love. Bye.